I'll start with the mentorship business first, and I'll talk about my tech company. I've been in tech for forever. Ever since my Berkeley engineering degree back in 1984, my joke is that I look like I just graduated from high school, but I'm that old, right? But I got so much energy that sometimes my Gen Z students say, Mr. Ma, you have more energy than I do. I would say my family business, my wife's involved, my daughters are involved, I got other people working with me as well. It's very much into mentoring the next generation of leaders. And you folks and plus other family offices and high-level circles and a bunch of magazines, CEO Magazine, Impact Wealth, etc., have branded me as the chief mentor of next generation leaders, or chief mentor of next gen leaders, for which I'm very grateful. I'm also inspired myself to get myself to the next level and help more next gens in families, family offices. Next gen could be Gen Z, all the way up to your teenagers to 25-year-olds. I love mentoring these high achievers or achievers because they're more malleable. I could wire them more easily. It takes time to help them achieve the greatest outcomes, like college admissions, right? It's important, but along the way to beef up or to improve their pragmatic, emotional, social, and leadership intelligence, and as well as what I call the 4S, my one-on-one mentorship program: visionary story or belief system, state of mind management, emotional, mental, intellectual, soft skills, in addition to the hard skills, because soft skills stay with you forever. Hard skills could get obsolete over time. And strategies and execution. Based on life stage, strategies and goals are different, correct? So I'm very big on that. And Gen Z, millennials, Gen X, including CEOs, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, as well as if the boomers that are in their late 50s and even older than that, if they're coachable, if they're humble enough to be coachable and take themselves to the next level of success with more permanent, stronger personal operating system and skills, because the world is changing so fast. The world is so turbulent, right? You could be worth $200 million today, but tomorrow your enemy is going to take you down. You have to be prepared emotionally, spiritually, mentally, intellectually, as well as being skillful along with your connections and plus the resources around you. How do you optimize all that? So I'm very big into getting into what I call behind the firewall of people's mind, soul, and body, and help them achieve better outcomes and kind of strengthen their personal operating system and skills. Does it make sense to you?
Do you feel that the secret sauce is being open to change and accepting change and being humble to change?
Absolutely. Jeff Bezos, in fact, mentioned he's worth only about $200 billion, right? The second richest man behind Elon Musk right now. He said that the most important skill is actually intellectual humility. In other words, don't be cocky, don't be arrogant, even though you're very successful now as a CEO. But if you're like that, the world's changing so fast, you have to keep on honing the lifelong learning and education. And your body, mind, and soul, your physiology, you have to keep honing here. No one's perfect, right? I mean, I deal with billionaires, I deal with very powerful CEOs, I deal with also very powerful families and their kids, and I see all sorts of patterns. So that being open, being coachable, and being humble enough, but also pragmatic and strategic enough to improve is simply a requirement these days. Lifelong learning, lifelong improvement.
How do you think the world leaders, what will be their key qualities over the next couple of years, based on your coaching tactics?
Right. Vanessa, I've been doing one-on-one success coaching, mentoring, applied research, writing, and speaking for about probably approaching 25,000 hours in the past 14 years in my 37 years in industry. Technology, in the past 14 years, I've also included mentoring, college counseling, leadership coaching, life coaching, success coaching, career coaching into my repertoire. So it's all integrated, it's very, very powerful. And again and again and again, the pattern that I see, and I've been honing this for a long time, my one-on-one mentorship model, which means the visionary story, your soft skills, your state of mind management, your strategy and execution, that's exactly what you need to improve on. A given person, every family, every CEO, every 17-year-old, every 57-year-old is different, correct? So they might be strong in these areas, but they may not be strong in these areas. But in order for them to move themselves to the next level, happier, with more peace of mind, less stress, less anxiety, better relationships around them. We all care about that. Then you have to be wise enough to be do it yourself, or better yet, get a trusted third-party mentor behind the scenes as your secret weapon to help you hone those areas that you need to improve on. Because sometimes a jar cannot reach your own label. For example, even myself, I even have coaches for myself and mentors in the past. And even though I do a better job than these guys, but they could read me better, because a jar cannot read your own label. Only other people could read your own label. Sometimes I'm blindsided by my own thing, right? So no one is never an island. It's a team, right? Whether it's a small team, I find that strategic triangle really helps. For example, in a family, parent, the next generation, kids, and then the trusted third-party mentor really works. Same thing as a CEO, all the way up to CEO chairman level, it's wise to have wise advisors around you that are not just business, but your soft side, your mind and soul, the mindset. It's kind of like a software code, your operating system. You have to kind of recode it, kind of upgrade the software, gets more reliable, better features, faster, more scalable, more predictable, and you're happier that way, more efficient too.
Tell us about your tech company.
I am so excited, Vanessa. I've been a tech guy forever, right? So nothing new in Silicon Valley, and I've seen Silicon Valley grow from a bunch of yellow lilies in the 70s all the way to all these powerhouses, right? I live in a county in Santa Clara County. It's probably the most powerful place in America other than Washington, because a lot of these giant tech companies and a lot of influential startups are there. And my tech company is not based there. We're going to probably relocate it to Vegas as a headquarters over time. It's about, very briefly, it's pretty much, when you look at the three-sided marketplace, it's ginormous, okay? Consumers, brands, and these large service platforms that are subscription and loyalty-based, right? Lots of verticals, you can imagine. E-commerce, video, audio, hospitality, fast food restaurants, sports, and all that. And they all have millions and millions, or tens of millions, or over 100 millions of consumer customers wrapped around them or within their customer base, right? So what we have is a very powerful patented B2B2C platform. We call it the media distribution platform, incentivized media distribution platform that cuts across like a through line across the entire ecosystem. It's patented. Peter Drucker, the management guru, said that the most important thing about building a company is about innovation and sales, marketing, distribution. So, but what if the technology marries that as part of my platform? That's exactly what we have. So for consumers, the benefit is that we literally add consumer cash spending power to them directly, seamlessly, in a happy way, in an easy way, where it is all captive, it's all opted in, it's all their preference, right, based on their category. It's kind of like, I hate to be bombarded by ads all the time, right? You go to YouTube, you go to all these websites, games, you go to, anything you can think about, okay? The problem today is that it's all programmatic ads, programmatic. It's all spray and pray. So what they do, this advertising technology, scrape public data, it's never hyper-personalized for you. It's not opted in. It's still intrusive. I don't want it. I get it anyway. It's very annoying to me. And so we eliminate that. We invented a new product market category, number one. So the consumers are super happy. The brands are super happy because they would love to have a captive audience. The brands today do not have that anywhere. Of all the technologies available, they just don't have a captive audience. Like we told Family Office, you have a captive audience. Then the captive audience are directly opted in. They would like to hear what you say based on their preference, right? So we make them very happy. We increase their return on investment on their spending. The service platforms, we call them distribution partners because they literally are our channel into their customers. And we literally add to each one of them, on average, billions of US dollars, billions of dollars in a brand new revenue stream they never had before. It's a growth stream. Wouldn't you like to have a brand new revenue stream, seamless, high margin, that you never had before? Of course you do. Don't you want to raise your market cap? Especially a lot of tech companies are getting whacked. A lot of these other companies, right? The video guys, the streaming guys, they're getting more and more competitive. They're going into other verticals, partnering, they're going to compete later on, right? Number one, so we add massive, high margin new revenue stream to them. We help them reduce churn. No one likes churn. Would you like to have your customers go to your competitors directly? You always want to reduce that. Public company, you always see that, reduce churn, right? Churn rate. We help them, mitigate that. And number three, we make their customers happier. We add to the social economic delight to their customers, right? And also psychologically. I know that our technology is going to become a little bit addictive too, in a very nice way. The good thing's intent versus the other guys that are, not very good intent, right? Good intent. And finally, we help them, maybe even acquire additional customers, because if your platform, as our distribution partner, has our powerful feature that you never had before in history of the world, right? In the technology space, wouldn't some customers of the other guys want to come join you if they don't have it yet? Absolutely, right? If I ethically stuff money in your pocket, right, ethically, seamlessly, wouldn't you like that? That's what we do, right? So I'm very, very excited. That's probably it's a good summary for you.
You mentioned I had the pleasure of being coached by you, and you shared with me that a key success factor is also one's faith.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So if you could just go back to the essence and share with us, how is it that our faith is so important in our success and life abundance and life balance?
Vanessa, first of all, I praise you. I love you like a younger sister, okay? I praise you for being one of the most awesome single family office CEOs and also Global Summit CEO in the same time. I don't know how you do it, but you've been doing a great job. You and your team, okay? So much detail, so much love, so much compassion, so much pragmatism at the same time. And it's a delight to learn that you're also in faith. I began my faithful journey probably pre-COVID, and then COVID really hits home. And it gives me getting deeper and deeper in faith into understanding how a creator works, how he thinks, right? He actually has a personality, serving him and loving him, loving people, loving my neighbors, loving others, right? I have so much love in your summit, right? You can feel that. And it's much more complex than that. It's very kind of a complex thing that I went through. I am a very good learner. I learn very fast. I really believe in the fellowship of others as well, get them involved, and it's part of my being kind of a chosen leader in some ways, right? A servant leader. It gives me peace, gives me joy. I wake up happy every morning. I just don't have much stress anymore. I don't know why. The power of our Creator. I just don't have much worry. Do I have challenges and all that in business? We all do, right? But to me, everything's manageable. Sometimes I feel like the Creator's power is like through me, in me. I'm not that smart. I think it's Him, working through us, right? That are deep in faith. That's part of the power of faith, I think.
Do you feel that maybe the secret sauce at the end of the day is both humility and faith?
I would say humility, gratitude, His grace, humility, gratitude, compassion. Absolutely. Wisdom, most important thing, wisdom. And when I pray every night, some tips for people that are interested. One of the things I ask for is to, Father, bless me with wisdom. I took a page from Solomon, right? Your son, David's son. And all Solomon asked for is wisdom. And the Creator blessed him with more than wisdom.